everything that led me to kill this big boy. And I'm not in trophy whitetail territory. I don't have hundreds of thousands of acres. This big buck was killed on a 10-acre piece. Do the work, food plots. Alright guys, we're coming up on the end of September. And if you're like me, you're thinking about one thing right now, big bucks. It's that time of year. How can I attract those big bucks that everyone's getting on camera or my neighbors got on camera? What lure or bait can I use to get them big bucks to come over to my property? Well, everyone's looking for the silver bullet. And what if I told you guys I have something that's legal in every state, that any mature buck will walk right through any food plot. I don't care how good your food plot is. He'll walk right by it. Any bait pile, I don't care if you got corn dipped in peanut butter, doesn't matter. A big buck will walk right past that to what I'm going to talk about in this video right here. Hopefully I got your interest. What is my secret bait? I have used this bait to literally harvest every mature deer and nice buck that I've taken over the past couple of years. I have used this one bait to take them. I do food plots, I do land management. I have two really small hunting parcels. I only got about 5 acres of hunting ground by my house here. The rest is all ag land. And at the other farm where I've shot 170-inch giant, which I'm going to be releasing that video next week, by the way, so I got that hunt on film. Pretty exciting. Then that farm over there, you know, it's a 120-acre farm, but 110 of those acres are ag land, alfalfa. So it's all open fields. It's just got about 10 acres of hunting ground, and I've done some, added some extra bedding out there, and apple trees, oak trees, stuff like that. I love doing the habitat work. So don't get me wrong, I'll do all that work, but there is one thing that has got me to kill all these deer, as well as my deer I named Double Beam. It got him as well. So what is the secret deer bait that I use? Does. For anyone that's surprised, if you hunt a small parcel, just listen up to what I have to say. You know, nobody really talks about this. Any big buck is going to walk right through a food plot, walk right through a bait pile to get to that doe and estrus. I guarantee it. And guess what? Come the end of October, those first 2 weeks of November, when the rut is on, where are those big bucks going to come? They are coming right to that doe and estrus. I hear too many guys say, oh yeah, I went hunting and whatnot, I blew out some does, no big deal, this wasn't a big buck. Well, there goes your bait. That doe is your bait for any big buck. How many times have you guys yourself been after a big mature deer, and the only time you can get him to slip up is when he's on a doe? I know I can speak, my biggest deer I ever shot came in on a doe. All night pictures. Only time I had him in daylight, he come on a doe November 1st. It's a lot of YouTube hunting shows. You know, there's too many people trying to sell stuff. You know, buy this, you're gonna shoot the biggest deer. Shoot these arrows, you'll kill the biggest deer. This food plot brassica mix I put together for $80 a bag, guarantee you're gonna shoot the biggest buck. Well, I got news for you. A lot of them are just trying to line their pocket. So please comment below if you guys know of a bait that works better than a hot doe in your area, because I have yet to find it. Like I said, I watch a lot of videos, read a lot of articles. Nothing beats it when you're talking mature deer. So I hunt 2 smaller farms, so I can't hold bucks. I don't have enough depth to cover, too many houses around, but I can hold does with my food plots, planting trees, oak trees, spruce trees, apple trees, pear trees, everything on my channel. I love planting trees, thinking of the future, not just short-term fix. On small properties, you got a couple 100 acres, 1,000 acres, good seclusion. Yeah, you can hold bucks, big bucks, year-round, through the fall even. I can't. I have small properties I hunt. What I can do is keep my does comfortable. They are my bait. Does are the bait. So the problem is nowadays, too many people don't want to put the work in. Probably some people that clicked on this video to watch it. You know, oh, the guy's got a silver bullet. I can go buy something and I'm gonna shoot the biggest buck I can. Well, no, there is no silver bullet. And if you don't want to put the work in, you're just looking for something easy, my channel is probably not for you, to be honest. My channel is all about putting the work in, making your land better, your habitat better, to hold more deer, to shoot the biggest buck you got in your area. So many gimmicks and sales tactics that they're using to sell some of these products. And don't get me wrong, my early stage in my hunting career, so I tried a lot of things myself. You know, you'd attract some does and maybe a buck at nighttime. I'm not saying it all doesn't work, but you know, the bottom line with that all is money. And what my channel is about is to make you guys better hunters. I'm not trying to sell you guys nothing. I'm just sharing what works for me, hunting my 2 small properties in Wisconsin here. And the best bait I have found to consistently kill nice bucks is does. Keeping the does on your land, keeping your does happy. That will lead you to kill more mature deer than anything. So big bucks aren't much different than people. I think if you got a bunch of single guys hanging out in the bar and there's a bunch of girls at the bar and there's a big buffet of food sitting over there, girls say, hey, you guys want to come party? What are the guys going to do? Are they going to go with the girls and party, or are they going to go sit down and stuff their faces with food? Well, you guys might know someone that'll choose the food, but 9 out of 10 guys are going to take the girls. Same with big bucks. Especially when you only got a couple weeks out of the year to breed. They're going to take that doe and heat over any food source, any magic potion. You know, even if it's a $70 brassica bag that guy guarantees it's going to bring in big deer, or acorns dripped in apple flavor, it doesn't matter. Those big bucks are going to take that doe and heat. So yeah, like I said, in my opinion, the best bait for a big mature deer is a doe and heat. Can't beat it. You know, I hear a lot of negative stuff about does, and I'm not saying if you have, you know, 20 does out in your field and no bucks, that you shouldn't take some does out. I'm not saying that. I have a pretty good doe to buck ratio here. Definitely a few more does, which is fine. It's worked for me. Like I said, I have small properties, so I can't manage the herd anyhow. But I just hear, you know, don't have a doe factory, a lot of negative stuff around does, and I thought I'd put a video out that's positive about why does can be very important to you, and very vital role to me killing nice bucks the last couple of years. So why do we do all this habitat improvement and make our properties better? Well, I got 3 boys, and you know, I want them to enjoy the outdoors and pick up a bow, which they all have already. My oldest has been fortunate enough to take a couple deer already. I want my 3 boys to follow my footsteps, so that's why I enjoy doing the food plots and planting all the trees. So hunting 2 small farms here, I do everything I can to keep the does around on my property. I'm not killing them. I don't have an overpopulation. That is my secret bait. It's keeping the food plots, the trees, the screening, good access, good exit, to keep my does around. And I know those big bucks are going to be right behind them. End of October, first couple of weeks November, when those bucks are most killable, they're going to be right behind those does in heat. It is the best attractant. I used to use scents my early days, you know, found out the hard way. They can work, but very short-term fix. A long-term solution, especially if you own a small parcel, keep the does on your property. You keep the does on your property, you keep the big bucks on your property. So if you enjoyed this, please like as well and subscribe. Got my video of my giant coming out next week that I shot.